Welcome to WesternSlopeNow.com. Meteorologist Russ Pappas here. We're taking a look at the America's Mattress live tower cam eastbound because our storm motion is from west to east. And what you're looking at, you've probably already experienced some heavy downpours on the west end of the Grand Valley and in central Grand Junction. Now, at this hour, just before 4 o'clock, we're getting showers moving through Clifton, Fruitvale, Pali. We've already had storms moving through the majority of the region, and some of those storms are creating some problems. I just want to highlight a couple of things on the hazards page. Mostly what you're seeing in reds and greens are heavy rain and flooding issuances. But the most important message for you as of 4 o'clock on July 13th is that the Interstate 70 area around the Grizzly Creek burn scar, otherwise known as Glenwood Springs, is closed right now. They were under a flash flood watch for the day, and it got upgraded about an hour ago. Well, no, it got upgraded to a flash flood warning within the last half hour, and that prompted the safety closure. Have not seen a debris report yet from the National Weather Service. Would not be surprised if we did actually get some debris because it is coming down in eastern Garfield County, heavy rain showers. Now, we also just picked up a severe thunderstorm warning south of Whitewater with some of that activity. We previously had a severe thunderstorm warning for the rural area up on the Grand Mesa, Delta and Mesa County line at that elevated site. So that was small hail and strong wind. Criteria for a severe thunderstorm warning is 1-inch hail and 60-plus-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So that's what's occurring right now, Whitewater and south. If you're heading east on Highway 50 from Grand Junction to Delta, you likely have very little visibility because of these heavy downpours right now at the 4 o'clock hour. You're probably also dealing with ponding on the roadway, which is when your car hydroplanes. When that happens, you just keep both hands on the wheel, you take your foot off the accelerator, do not brake in that situation because you'll lose control. But with that being the case, just you'll make it. And if you do pull over to the side of the road, I'm not condoning it. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm going to suggest take your foot off the brake because people behind you will follow those brake lights right into you. So they're just as blind in the low visibility driving situation as you are. And if you do pull off the side of the road and you put your foot on the brake, someone's going to follow right into you. And that's just my experience with fog, low visibility, and with rain as well. So you could do what I do. An overall view of the Western Slope shows quite an active Tuesday afternoon. I had a suspicion this would tick up in the afternoon hours, and here we are getting some measurable rain in Grand Junction. Also, some gusty wind as a result. This is what's going through the Grand Valley at the 3, the 4, and the 5 o'clock hour, and that orange box just south of Highway 50 got highlighted, so you can see lightning strikes. That's not a criteria. A tornado actually is a criteria, tornadic element, but we're just looking at hail, and we're only just looking at gusty winds. And that's continuing across the Grand Valley, so the east end of the valley eventually is going to get in on some of this activity. Now, this area in the orange box, which has since expired, that's one of the severe thunderstorm warnings up in the higher elevated, unpopulated sites. I think this did affect Colburn to some extent with some heavy rain right there in Plateau Creek. And Platte City even. So I think they got some heavy rain, and that creates its own nuisance flooding. That creates a flood situation where you have fast runoff. And some of those mountain communities, you need to be very careful about driving over a road that is inundated with water. It only takes a couple of inches to sweep you off your feet. Kids don't play in the storm runoff, and it only takes a couple more inches on top of that for your vehicle to lose control. Here's why Glenwood Springs, the Grizzly Creek I-70 portion, was shut down. This got upgraded to a flood warning this afternoon, and you can see there's plenty of heavy showers in the area. Again, I'll be really surprised if we don't end up getting a debris flow out of this. And if we don't do it today, it's likely we'll do it again tomorrow. Now, Olathe and Montrose just got blasted with a 40 and 50-mile-per-hour winds. So you can see these storms are angry. They're popping up and they're moving eastbound. Not real fast, about 15 miles per hour or less. So that slow storm motion creates the flooding problems. And this is what we're going to be dealing with through the early Tuesday evening hour. Very few storms will continue. after sunset, but they will continue. And I'm expecting to watch some of these nighttime storms busting through. And we're going to do this again tomorrow. You can see Delta and Glenwood Springs not very reflective of the storm activity in the area, but with mid 40-mile-per-hour wind blasts around the other areas, this is what we were briefly dealing with. In addition to small hail, penny size up to quarter size. Quarter size hail is one of the criteria for a severe thunderstorm warning, and you can see that's only been isolated. I show you the high temperatures for today because admittedly, I under forecasted. I was going with 95 for Grand Junction. We hit 98. As soon as we hit 98, and I knew, and I told you this, as soon as we hit 98, we cooled down to about 84 degrees, all within a matter of 10 minutes because of the rain showers we received. So we're going to head into a rather mild and muggy, I don't mind saying it, a muggy evening. As a result, if you're heading out to Mason County Fair, probably you're taking a break right now because of those storms. But I think it'll be a nice evening out there, and we should get a decent sunset out of it after this round of showers busts through. Same situation with tomorrow's high temperatures. The same caveat exists. We could go hotter, but right about when we do hit that hotter than forecasted temperature, storms are going to bubble up and sweep right through and cool us down quickly. 10 to 15 degrees, not totally out of the question. So these are the temperatures for tomorrow, whether you're working or playing across the area. I think you're going to enjoy that. More rain showers in the forecast, absolutely. We'll even keep rain for the Grand Valley continuing through Thursday. Not even surprised if we see them popping Friday and Saturday, but if they do pop for those 2 days, Friday and Saturday, for the Grand Valley, I think primarily we're going to be dealing with the gusty wind component of that, because we won't be getting wetting rain showers. We could on Thursday, we will on Wednesday, and lingering storms in the mountains all the way through the weekend, and we do start to turn those temperature dial back up to the triple digits. Same with Montrose. We're looking at storms again on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. By default, we have cooler temperatures, storms in the region, lingering through the weekend. We slowly turn the heat up, but not a lot. And then by the middle of next week, we should see another subtropical monsoon pattern pushing right through the region. So great news. This should put some drought busting measurements on the board.